So let's move on to the next song, which is going to be It's Not Easy for You. Before we get into this reaction, I want to give a huge thank you and a shout out to the sponsors of this video, my patrons. Thank you so much for all of your support. If you would like to check out some exclusive reactions as well as support the production of these videos here on YouTube, consider subscribing to the Patreon. All of the available shows will be listed in the $5 tier. Everything that is available on the channel, including K-dramas, survival shows, variety shows, and more. All of the information is available in form of a list. So if you see something on that list that you may find intriguing and would like to check out, as well as support the production of these videos here on YouTube, consider subscribing. Thank you so much to anyone who has ever subscribed and is subscribed to Patreon. Let's get back into the reaction. Thank you so much, guys.
Taking my hand and close your eyes.
Lyrics by Mina, okay. Oh. I'm focusing. That's pretty cool. Damn, that was awesome. I love that in Behind the Curtain, it was like you can't escape, you can't break free, and here you're trying to break free. I like there's a level of continuity between the songs. This song gives me like Desperado vibes, like the movie, for some reason. Oh. The production. Damn. Oh, it keeps on going. Goddamn. Feels like hypnosis. Falling down the rabbit hole that is Misamo. Damn. This was incredible. This is a much shorter song though. It felt incredibly like it's only 2 minutes and 20 seconds, and how good it is, it felt even shorter. It felt like a minute just passed. And this is my second favorite song of the album, which I'm starting to feel bad. But, I mean, I still loved all of the songs. It's just that the last 3 songs are really kind of like showing why this album is actually called a masterpiece and not just like the whole a picture perfect frame that is Misamo and all that kind of stuff. This was incredible. And I love like this song almost like gives me vibes of like now that the poison is spreading, you cannot reverse it. You do not have the antidote for the deadly injection that is Misamo, because you can't go back to your regular life. Your heartbeat dropped. Everything changed the second you saw me or saw us. And you can't go back. And it's not easy. Which I thought was really, really dope. I love the guitar. I love the production on the song. There's like these little weird little sounds that are happening in the background that I can't really explain. It almost feels like half like elements of a synthesizer or something like that. Very electronic sounding, which is kind of interesting with the guitar, and it was just a perfect blend. This song had a really cool cinematic aspect to it as well, and just lyrically, it's almost as if Misamo is giving focus to the POV of the love interest that cannot contain himself because he's falling down the rabbit hole of Misamo. It's not easy for you to break free, as they already hooked you with something like do not touch, and then in behind the curtain there was also like a reference of you cannot break free or something like that. I really fucking love this song. This was awesome, and Mina did a phenomenal job with the lyrics, which further emphasized like the masterpiece in a once in a lifetime kind of like being that is the girls of Misamo. The next song is going to be Rewind You, which is actually interesting because I need to look up on Spotify, because I'm pretty sure that Twice's either last album or the one before actually had a song called Rewind, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not ready to be. It actually could be the Formula of Love. There's a song called Rewind, yes. So I wasn't off, which I think is really interesting. So that's going to be. I wonder if there's going to be anything that kind of like makes me think of that song and some of the lyrics that I hope I remember from it. Let's move on. Damn. Sana, nice.
Rewind, I'ma make it rewind it. Rewind, I'ma make it rewind it. Rewind, I'ma make it rewind it. Rewind, I'ma make it rewind. Shito, shito,雨が降る Rainy, rainy, yeah. あの日を思い出し Crazy, crazy, yeah. 思い出したら恋しくなるの。今まとして待った君を I'm so into you.
I wish.
What you feeling? Tell me what you feeling. 夜中の子分かっててもまたささやくんでしょ I miss you. 弾けそうに甘い思いが広がり出るたびにだんだん
Sana's voice. She sounds so magical.
What you feeling? Tell me what you feeling. 夜中の子分かっててもまたささやくんでしょ I miss you. 弾けそうに甘い思いが広がり出るたびにだんだん二人またきっと繰り返すこの感がいつまで続かない
Holy shit, Sana.
Rewind, I'ma make you rewind it. Rewind, I'ma make you rewind it. Rewind, I'ma make you rewind.
Fine, I'll rewind. Let's take it back to this chorus. Holy shit. That's not what you meant, but
Rewind, I'ma make you rewind.
I already did.
Rainy, rainy, yeah. あの日を思い出し Crazy, crazy, yeah. 思い出したら恋しくなるの。今まとして待った君を I'm so into you. What you feeling? Tell me what you feeling. 夜中の子分かっててもまたささやくんでしょ I miss you.
Damn.
弾けそうに甘い思いが広がり出るたびにだんだん二人
Damn, Mina.
またきっと繰り返すこの感がいつまで
Damn.
続かないことを
Damn, Sana. Damn, Momo.
Rewind, I'ma make you rewind it. Rewind, I'ma make you rewind it. Rewind, I'ma make you rewind it. Rewind, I'ma make you rewind. 澄んだもやに埋もれたみたいに前も周りも何も見えなくて思い出したら恋しくなるの今まとして待った君を I'm so into you. What you feeling? Tell me what you feeling. 夜中
There's again that little synthesizer, something, some synths happening in the background. Sorry, it's hard to concentrate. Damn. Oh. Damn. This whole okay, so the interesting part about this song is that I believe that in my reaction to Rewind by Twice, which I talked about right before getting into the song, there was an element that I think you guys mentioned in the comment section of the lyrics emphasizing the girls. Not what I took the song as was like, I don't want to know how you're doing, like the girls are getting over. You guys talked about how it's almost like they're trying to convince themselves that they don't care anymore, that they don't want to know, but in reality they do want to know about how the person is doing. Now with this song, I almost feel like it actually emphasizes both MISAMO or Sana, who wrote the lyrics, as well as the love interest. In the beginning, it's like rewind, I'm gonna make you rewind, and it's almost like I'm talking to myself, like the brain is going to make you relive all of these memories and make you miss that person that much more, like a late night call. I think I'm gonna regret saying this or something like that. Even though you know it, I'll whisper it again, I miss you. Whereas later in the song, it almost feels like they're going to make the other person rewind it. And therefore, our relationship will continue despite knowing how it's going to end. It's going to end badly, but it's going to repeat itself because the good for that moment outweighs the bad before I realize the bad that it is outweighing the good. So it's like one of those relationships that is on and off and off and on again. And while it's good, it feels like the greatest thing. But then when something just snaps, it just feels like this relationship is going to end. So the final chorus almost like feels like they finally got together, even though they know that this is just another time that we're going to break up eventually. The bridge is talking about saying the things that I couldn't say to you, and all those things now being meaningless because this relationship that was made out of sweet words is already something that I want to end. I feel like this is like one of those unfortunate relationships that may feel like they're great and you might be a good couple to everyone else, but in reality there's something as good as it could be. It can never be that thing that you truly desire, like that perfection that you can't quite achieve, but that person is almost like the closest thing to it, which is why you keep coming back and they keep coming back to you. It's almost like you found your someone that is almost that special someone. They feel so good in some instances, but then you realize that you're just not fully compatible. Actually, the second verse emphasizes like feelings of wanting to go back to the person because I'm alone, because I'm a mess, buried in the smoky haze, almost like buried in depression, and also like maybe mascara running out. I can't see anything in front of me. When I remember, I start to miss you, and suddenly I'm feeling these feelings again. And it's almost like they're asking, "What you're feeling? Tell me what you're feeling," which almost feels like them talking to themselves, but also talking to that person as well. It's almost like they have like this repeated conversation either with each other or with that special someone. So I feel like this really expresses a really interesting and complex relationship, to a point where if somebody were to ask you, why did this end, you would not really be able to explain it. You just wanted it to end. You seemed perfect together, but then when you're asked, why did this relationship end, why are you feeling so down, if you're the one who broke it off, you don't really have an answer, because you can't express those feelings in words. So I felt like Sana's vocals in that chorus, and her bending her vocals like that, and just like her sweet angelic vocals, and then like that high pitch was just incredible. All the girls did a phenomenal job here. And again, this song actually, the more I think about it, it kind of makes me think a little bit of like Funny Valentine. It makes me think of Kura Kura, in terms of like this love making me feel like something that is inside of me that I cannot control. But there's still that realization that all these things that I wanted to say to you of, I miss you and I want you, it's now meaningless because I actually want to end this fucking relationship. So I thought that this was brilliantly done. Let's move on to the last song. And also like the final chorus basically switches it up a little bit, and just saying, tonight our hands join in and unravel one more time. Like it's one more time of us getting together, but then gradually we both know that this is going to end. Whereas in the beginning, it was like sweet feelings, I'm about to break. So it's almost like the first chorus and the second chorus even represents like my emotions at me breaking and going into this relationship again. And the final chorus is, tonight our hands join and unravel. It's like we finally got back together, but we know that this is going to end as quickly as it went back on. So I thought that this song was absolutely incredible. This song actually, despite it Funny Valentine might still be my favorite, but this might be some of my favorite lyrics from this album so far, and this might be my favorite chorus so far. But just in general, all of these songs from this album, I'm not going to talk about what's my favorite anymore because it's meaningless by this point. All of these songs are fucking awesome, and they really lived up to the name of this album being masterpiece. So let's move on to the final song. That feels Christmassy. Yes. Oh my god, that feels... What will be, baby. It will be a fine kokoro ga waraeru yoni narou. Kono mama de ii no, watashi no mama de ii no. Dakara mori wa shinai yo. Dame na jibun mo suki ni nareru hi made. Naite bakari no ribi nara yasashii kokoro ga sodatte dareka wo sakueru hazu. Sotto furueru shitatte shinjiru saki daijoubu. Mirai de waratte kara tsumazuita ishi wo narabete. Damn. Hikaru yo kagayaku ishi ni naru yo. Damn. I love Momo singing, it just makes me smile. Oh my god, this is a beautiful ending. So the lyric, the placement of who sings what, obviously that wasn't Mina, that was Momo by the end there with the Bouquet line. So whoa. Damn. That was beautiful. That was legitimately a perfect like fairy tale ending. Seeing some of the lyrics, I honestly thought that this would be a little bit more sentimental. Seeing the first verse on Genius, but I love the fact that this was so positive. It almost in a way reminds me of Snooze by August D in terms of it's okay to feel burnt. It's okay to press the snooze button. It's okay to take a break. Don't overwork yourself. You don't have to overwork yourself and kill yourself every single day. I love the use of taking stones and polishing them, the stones that made you stumble and fall, take them, create out of all of those feelings and all those stones, all of these flowers that represent all the various emotions that you've been through, turn them into a bouquet of you. And also polishing the stones to turn them into precious jewels. If only Thanos knew that, he would get the Infinity Stones very, very quickly. Anyway, never mind. This was a beautiful fairy tale ending. If they do like, I know that there's kind of like a not a music video. It looked more like I think there's like a making of something that relates to Bouquet. But it didn't have any captions on, so I didn't react to that. I reacted to the lyrics here. But I love the fact that this song is almost like to you who is struggling. It's also it also kind of like feels like a song that is a love letter to past version of yourself. The trust me, it's okay. We're laughing in the future. Like, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. In its meaning, it felt like a very Twice kind of song, very positive, and just a song that kind of like almost like reminds me in a way. It doesn't sound anything remotely like Brave, but it kind of reminds me of Brave for some reason. Like, for you, I will be brave, I think, were some of the lyrics. I thought that this was incredible. It's just accept yourself as you are. It's okay. I'm okay as I am. It's okay to not be okay until the day I can love myself, even if I'm not good enough. If all you do is cry, you'll grow a kind heart. I should save someone. I'll stand on shaky leg. Like, no matter what happens to me, just what happens to you or what happened to me, just know that you brighten. So you have the potential to save someone's day, make someone's day, make someone happy without even realizing it. This was incredible. The vocals were so beautiful and angelic, and almost they just make you smile. This was a beautiful ending to this song. Literally, they say, I get the feeling I can love my past self. The version of me that I am today would have been very sympathetic to the past version of me. If it's days that are only fun without noticing the wounded heart, I couldn't save anyone. So that's actually really, really cool. If you've never been through struggle, how would you know if someone else is going through it? How would you save someone's day or life or anything without actually knowing what struggle and what hard times are? I feel like the song, even though it sounds so incredibly like magical and fairy tale like, it sounds like a perfect song to release in December, to be honest. How can you appreciate the good if you've never experienced the bad? I feel like this is a perfect encapsulation of that, of those feelings of you can't have you can't have a rainbow without a little bit of rain, right? Something along those lines. I completely butchered whatever the quote is or the phrase is, but I'll hold on. I'll promise it's okay. I'll deliver them in the future. So uneven flower in a book. All of the emotions that is represented with the flowers and the bouquet. The bouquet is basically you that you are giving to yourself, but also to the person that you could potentially save. I feel like this song is going to make people so incredibly positive, maybe even make them kind of like teary-eyed a little bit, because it does emphasize needing to be strong, needing to be brave, for the sake of getting through and just being accepting the fact that it's okay to not be okay. And I wonder why it's raining when wet and cold in the rain. You left me an umbrella. You guided me and you saved me. This is absolutely beautiful. In some corner of the picture in my memory, I can see your shadows on the days when love withers and dries up. I wonder why it's raining, and the rain is basically like the sadness and the tears and everything, and the umbrella is like shielding you from that, the memories that make you sad. There's something that is shielding you from it. So I feel like the song is absolutely incredible in its meaning, and it feels like a song for once, to be honest. And literally they start off the verse, if I could turn back time, if I could meet me from that time, I'd give her a gentle hug. It's basically like telling yourself, the you that was worried to death from everything, also thinking about the girls' struggles with 16 and all that kind of stuff, and everything that they went through. If they could go back to that time and talk to the version of them from 16, for example, or leading up to 16, this feels like a song that would be the letter that they give to that version of them. So I felt like this was absolutely incredible. I feel like this album, honestly, when I'm thinking about songs like Marshmallow and Do Not Touch, and now the rest of the songs, they really capture love from all aspects, whether it's more intimate, loving yourself, shielding yourself from almost like fake love in a way, in terms of like Do Not Touch, and just not allowing just anyone to come across and come near you, and letting anyone just touch you, and just emphasizing those boundaries and everything. I feel like this album in general like had everything in it, in terms of just, it had the purity, it had like the warning signs with Do Not Touch. Actually, Sana's visuals from Marshmallow remind me of the song, because I feel like even though her day got rough, she was like this influencer in the music video. Then it all kind of like came full circle, because the the kids or some like the little girl or someone, some child or children came up to her because they were inspired by her, and suddenly it made all of those bad days, or Momo finishing up her work, or Mina with that guy who looked like a bodyguard who has feelings for her or something like that. Like it emphasized like being done with the world even though I'm doing what I love. Or maybe Momo didn't like doing what she was doing, but like being done with it, but then still having something happen to you in that day that made it okay. Like the sunset when Momo was literally, I think, like having a coffee, the love interest with Mina and the kids, or someone who came up to Sana, as she was basically tired of being like this influencer. She was just tired of life, and just it just comes and goes, depression. And then seeing that her work affected children and inspired someone, that made her feel inspired. So I feel like there's a really cool level of continuity between all of the songs. Like there's at least two songs that feel almost like connected with some of the lyrics, and now with the lyrics from Bouquet, and then thinking about some of the visuals with Sana and Marshmallow. I feel like this was an incredible album. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If I made any sense, let me know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Patreon if you want to see some exclusive Twice reactions, as well as various other groups, K-dramas, and survivor shows. All of the information is provided in the tier. You do not have to sign up in order to see the list in the $5 tier, but if you see something that you may like, consider subscribing, and you will also be helping in supporting the production of these videos here on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day. See ya.